Hi, this is Tom Price, otherwise known as Mathman Price. Here's the definitive video about why you should study math in high school. This is for teachers to show at the beginning of the year so that you can just say, here, watch the video. Number one question I get, number one question everybody gets is, when am I ever going to use this? When am I ever going to use algebra, trig, pre-cal, whatever? That's not the question. The question really is, where is this used? I have no idea when you are going to use it. And you might never use it, but then again, you still might. The real question is this stuff used? Do your research. Of course this stuff is used. We've got research after look at all the jobs, look at all the technology, look at all the things that are used in engineering, science, research, statistics. Math is used everywhere. When are you going to use it? Let me translate it. I don't want to do the work, so let's see. If I can figure out I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to study it, you can't make me do it. It's really about work, all right? This stuff is used, it solves problems. What's the number one thing math is used for? Solving problems. What kinds of problems? Easy problems, medium problems, problems we haven't even existed yet. It's a way of thinking, logical thinking, step-by-step process of attacking, whether it's percents, decimals, fractions, algebra, geometry, surface area, all that. It's a way of quantifying how much, how far, how often, all those kind of things. Math quantifies it. Math solves things. You need to be good at it. Good problem solvers. Algebra. You might not ever use algebra, but you're going to use algebraic thinking. It's finding a variable, finding an unknown, having proportional thinking, maybe doing some kind of graph. There's graphs all over the place. It's not a point of whether or not. I've got a whole book at home of formulas. Formulas. A whole book. It's used. You just need to be good at it. As far as working goes, let's do this. Make sure you do your work, all right? Don't cheat. Don't go to the back of the book. You do your work, and you will pay off. It's all for you. I hate to tell you this, but the teachers are here for you, to get you better. I wish there would be just some cable that we could just go from here and hook it up to the ear, and then go to your student, hook it up to there, press a download button, gone. Everything's transferred, just like a file. Can't do it. We have to teach. We have to show things on the board, at your desk, on the video. I guess not on the overhead. There's no more overheads anymore. With hands-on, making things, looking things. You have to do it, though. We have to engage you, all right? We can teach you. We can teach you. We'd be glad to teach you. It's my joy to teach you. Come in before school, after school, at lunch, talk about math. I'll be glad to. Most teachers would be happy to. You just have to supply the effort, the work, okay? There's a good balance. Math teachers can, and I've heard stories over the years, this is my 34th year of teaching, math, we can pile it on. Oh, lots of problems, yeah. But you know, on the other hand, it's too easy. If we just give no homework, that doesn't work. You gotta have it, you gotta engage. It's gotta be a little bit of thinking on your plan, on your part. Trust the teacher. Do you trust the teacher? Do you trust? I mean, we're not talking about math teachers. We're talking about all the teachers. When am I ever going to use grammar? When am I ever going to use the things in scientific method? When am I ever going to use chemistry? Do you trust the teacher? We want you well educated. It'll pay off. We know it'll pay off. Someone back in 7th and 8th grade told me, go to college. Go to college. Well, for what? I don't know. Go to college. It paid off. And you know what? I went to college to be a business major. I was going to go into business because my folks owned a nursery. After 1 year, I changed. Haven't looked back since. 34 years, almost retired totally. Got a good job, good career. Trust the teacher. Even if you don't use it. Even if you don't use it. Please let the others in the group. Well, I'm never going to use this. I know I'm never going to use this. Therefore, I'm going to check out. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to take notes. I'm not going to do anything. Trust the teacher, but let the others that do know, they're going to go on, they want to be successful, they want to learn, they want to succeed in life. Don't get in their way. Don't mess up the classroom so that you can't learn. There's always kinds of other people that do want to learn. College. Hang in there for high school. We understand. High school is limited. You've got so many teachers, so many classes. We can't offer everything. We can't. Maybe not the best teachers. All right. College. College, you pick the college, unless, of course, your parents, for some reason, select it for you. You also get to pick your major. Now, if you can do that, hang in high school, get a good education, get that good foundation, more than likely, like me, you're going to change your major. If you change your major, then you got to have a whole set of back. We want you to be good at reading, writing, thinking, saying, analyzing, all that kind of stuff. It's called a good education. Back in the 80s, in the early 80s, mid 80s, around here anyway, in the middle of the country, farmers were going through a farm crisis. Well, what'd they have to do? They have to go back and get retrained. In what? Some other job. Well, if you got a good education, you know how to think, you can do that. If you don't know anything about farming, you're stuck. It was a real pain. Homework. Let me give you an example that might help you with homework. Homework's, I think, to me, critical. You have to go home. You have to do it. Don't cheat. Don't copy out of the back of the book. If you're used to 2 hours of homework every night, 2 hours, if you're used to 2 hours every night homework, and for some reason I back off and give you 1 hour, you go, yay! I mean, I only gave you 1 hour of homework. Suppose you're used to doing no homework. Nothing. I give you 1 hour of homework. It's, it's piling it on. I get so busy. And it's all how you look at it. My folks had a good idea. Get at it, get it done. Time management. The biggest thing in college is time management. You've got to do it, and if there's a deadline, you've got to make it, and you don't procrastinate. Our job is to help you get ready for that so that you can go and succeed. All right? I've heard national speakers say this many times. It should be a struggle. It should be. Math is tough. Okay, math is tough. Hang in there, ask questions, do the work. You can get it. Now, back in the early 80s, there was a thing, we thought maybe there was a math gene. Maybe some of you still do right now. There's a math gene and I just don't have it. Wrong. We all can. Now, some people are gifted. Some people really understand math. They just see it, they got it. There's always a kid or two in every class that, man, they just, but you can do it at a high level. You just have to work at it. It should be a little struggle. If it's way too easy, you're not progressing. You're not being challenged. I mean, if it's way too hard, that's a good balance. We want enough just to bring you up, nurture you just enough to get you up to the next level. And we'll be glad to help you. Hopefully teachers can recognize that in their classroom. We adjust because sometimes you got a really great class, you can take them farther. Sometimes the class struggles a little bit, you got to take them a little bit slower, a little different teaching method. If we all knew that you were going to be carpenters, we wouldn't study anything but just measurement, surface area, angles, the cutting, stuff like volume, those kind of things. But we don't know. You don't know. Math is like a muscle. Math, you have to exercise it. It's like going to the weight room. You go to the weight room, you lift weights. Shoulders, arms, back, legs. For what? Just to become a weightlifter? You know, some people think, well, I've heard this from kids, I'm not going to be a math teacher, so I don't need to do all this stuff. Well, math is used all kinds of places, but you have to exercise it. We exercise the skills, the different things like fractions and percents and graphing. We exercise. We do some reps. We do some more reps. Why? So when you get out, you can use it. Football players, volleyball players, basketball players, swimmers, they're little different muscles. But math is used everywhere. So we try to exercise and get it so that you're ready to go for college and actually for life. Most of the time, students, every year go through this, try to bring us down. Oh, do we have to work today? We need a break. It's today's Friday. Can we take Fridays off? Because, you know, we got games and good luck with having a business and you go to your boss and say, well, today's Friday. You know, can we just sit around, take it easy, and we got work to do. Sorry, it's about work. So it's not a matter, it's about bringing us down. Can we just go outside? I love this one. Can we just go outside today because, you know, it's so nice and we've worked. I'm a father of 4 kids. I know how much time they waste. No, you don't work that hard. You might be busy with what, I don't know, but it's not that. We're trying to bring you up. It's going to be a challenge. We are going to make you a little bit uncomfortable because you've got to grow that way. You don't grow without having some kind of challenge. So try to let us bring you up. Challenge you, expand your world, not just, oh, we got to take it easy, we've worked so hard. Yeah, right. Okay? It's all about work. The whining and complaining. Teachers, if we could get past this, whining and complaining. if we could get right at our work, go through examples without, get your book out, get your paper, quit talking, get off the cell phone, whining and complaining. Get right at it, get it done. Takes care of a lot of things. We'd have much more time to take care of things. U.S. and Afghanistan. I got a note here about U.S. Some people think that we're way at the top. We're so good. Students might think, well, man, we already know all this stuff. There's competition. There's competition with other countries. There's competition with other businesses. When they had that war in Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran going on right now, one of the things I learned was that they don't want their people educated. They don't want their people educated. They want them to be not literate, not well educated, can't think. We, on the other hand, the United States, we want all of our students, everybody, to be able to read, write, think, analyze, create, communicate, those kind of things. We want you educated. Dictators don't want people. Keep them in the dark. Keep them to laws. We want you to know about the scientific theory, the method. We want you to know about laws and legal system, the history of our country, all kinds of. We call that education. Good education will take you places. All right. You might not get it right away, but hang in there. Don't give up. It might be a little bit of struggle. All right. I went to college and I had a roommate for 1 year. He was there, and then he went to another college down at St. Louis. And he came back after that and saw him, and he said, kind of interesting. I went and visited all these businesses, huge companies, thousands of employees in the St. Louis area. And they did the interview, and he said, most of the interviews said, forget what you learned in college. Forget what you learned in college, it's worthless. And he thought, are you kidding me? All those tests, papers, all the reports, all the different hard science, math, forget all those. Well, then why did I go to college? Why did I go to college? It shows several things. Number one, you are consistent. You work hard. You are able to learn. You are able to learn and then go from there. The company will teach you their ways, their methods, their products, and then how they view things in the business world, and then they will teach you. They will train you, but you got to be trainable. We call that education. All right? Lastly, the thing about God. God has allowed all of this to happen. You look back at history. You look back at all the things that have happened over the years. Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, all those kind of things. Middle Ages. Then we get into what? Isaac Newton and the whole Renaissance and all those kind of things. Then we get into algebra and then Einstein. Math solves a lot of problems. Future problems. Tough problems. We got all kinds of things to be faced here. But I'm so thankful for math and science. You like that iPhone? You like that iPod? How'd that happen? It just happened. God allowed people to discover how to do these kind of problems and the technology. I'm so thankful. We live in a great world. Our job is to help you make it better so that you can continue, so that we have educated citizens that are helping our school, helping our community, helping our state, helping our nation, maybe even helping the world. The U.S. is the leader. We want them to continue. I want the United States to be the leader, to help go through all these. But we need educated people. We need people who are able to solve problems. Math does that. Logical thinking, step by step. We got to be able to reason and do all those kind of things with algebra, with technology. But it takes one thing. Work. We wish you the best, and it starts now.